The April 2020 New Zealand Trucking Magazine main test is the MAN TGS 26440 6x4 tracked unit and TMC 5-axle 4020 skeletal B-train combination, owned and operated by the moving company based out of their Hornby depot in Christchurch. Getting the right people on the bus, as business guru Jim Collins put it, is everything. And with that in mind, the moving company's choice of truck and driver for their fast turn container operations is proving that they've certainly got the right man for the job. Richard Seeley is a 57-year-old trucker who has done, wait for it, 41 years on furniture. He is one of those guys who's small in stature, wiry with no off switch, a thorough gentleman to boot, and the world's nicest tough guy. Do not be mistaken by first impressions. The truck, a 4-month-old MAN TGS 26440 6x4 tractor with its matching 5-axle TMC skeletal B-train that Richard drives for the moving company, is no golden triangle container relocator. This is the real deal. That striking yellow MAN you saw in Auckland on Monday, and then again in Invercargill on Thursday, it's the same one, bud. There is not two of them. The MAN's bright yellow livery with the nation's flag flying proudly on the flanks and air kit looks fantastic, and the cursive script that's used for the company name looks friendly and inviting. You'd happily chuck the beloved Steinway piano or Ming coffee mugs into the back and wave goodbye. The moving company operate a fast-turn furniture operation with the MAN. Furniture today is ever more modular. House lots can be packed into furniture containers, sealed, stored, and then taken wherever they need to go. 3 house lots at a time with the wonders of HPMV. The MAN and TMC B-train combination was built especially for the line haul legs. Able to take 3 20-foot containers or a 20 and a 40, the average payload of 20 to 22 tonne including the boxes means that the MAN has a GCM power to weight ratio of 8.8 kilowatts per tonne, 11.8 horsepower per tonne, which is line ball with a 448 kilowatt 600 horsepower truck at 50 max. Under the MAN's bright cab is the company 10.5 litre D2066LF40 Euro 5 engine. The emission standard is achieved via SCR, and peak power is 328 kilowatts, 440 horsepower, while torque peaks at 2100 newton metres, 1550 pound-foot. Behind the engine is MAN's 12-speed Tipmatic transmission, and the front axle is MAN's VOK07 dropped front axle at 7.5 tonne rating, riding on parabolic leaf springs and shock absorbers with a stabiliser. And the rear, MAN HYD 1370 and 1350 high-powered axles at 3.08 to 1 with diff lock and rated at 23 tonne, ride on MAN 8-bag ECAS electronically controlled air suspension, again with stabilisers. Braking is disc on the tractor and drum on the trailers with EBS, ABS, ESC and ASR. In terms of auxiliary braking, the truck sports the proprietary EVB electronically controlled exhaust valve brake. The B-train hails from Christchurch's own TMC, a 5-axle 4020 unit. It's a classic skeletal setup running 19.5 raw drum brake axles on air suspension with Alux polished alloy wheels. The TGS cab is not a big condo. What the TGS demonstrates, however, is how valuable the area between the seats is. There is no pop top and it has a 260mm high engine tunnel, yet it had a far greater sense of space and utility than the new Fuso tested last month. The dashboard features a 6-gauge binocle that also is the home to the Telemetrics information screen, warning lights and some switches. There is a mini wrap to the left where the infotainment screen resides. The remaining switchgear, climate management and direction controller are on the lower angled panel. It's unique and almost works. We say almost because some of the lower switchgear is a look away proposition, at least initially until you get used to it. Being a Euro, it has a smart wheel that houses the usual suspects: menu controller, phone and cruise. Lights are on the right side of the dash with dip indicators and wipers on the left wand and shifter and EVB brake on the right wand. Park and hand controller on the console to the driver's left, and there's cup holders, oddment trays and nooks all the way along the front fascia with one pull-out drawer. Storage overhead comprises of 2 deep cubby trays, with the area right above the driver reserved for comms units and some switch blanks. There's under-bunk storage, the left-hand one accessible from inside. Fit and finish in the MAN is unfoldable. Materials are heavy vinyl, rubber, plastic and a heavy-duty foam type compound and black speckled pattern. We also need to mention that there's not just one. There is, but there sort of isn't. You see, the moving company has other furniture moving and storage siblings under its umbrella, with New Zealand Van Lines, New Zealand Movers and Ozmove. New Zealand Van Lines is surely one of the country's more iconic trucking liveries that's been around quite some time, and they have a sister combination to Richards, driven by Glenn Herlihy. So the question at the end of all this, has there ever been a truck and trailer combination that's a better metaphor for the man at the wheel? We think not. The TGS in this, guys, is surely not the biggest truck in the sandpit, but it is a tenacious performer, is superbly presented, and is not expensive to keep running. And on top of all of that, it's quiet, unassuming, great company with no apparent off switch. To get the entire rundown on the moving company's MAN and TMC trailer combination, then grab a copy and read the full story in the April 2020 issue of New Zealand Trucking Magazine, on sale now. From all of us here at New Zealand Trucking Magazine, we would just like to offer our well wishes to yourselves and your families as we all endure this rather challenging time. It may appear that the road to recovery is a foggy one. However, we need to remember that there is a way forward out of this. We just need to all stay focused. Take good care of each other out there, be safe, and please remember, do not hesitate to get in touch with us if there is anything at all we might be able to help you out with. Take care, and until next time, safe roads.